start recording. Okay, good. We're now recording on 2 devices. I have to bring the chat back. Okay, now there's the chat. So I can let's do this shit. What's up, people on YouTube and Twitch? YouTube if you're watching this in the future, and Twitch if you're watching it right now, or maybe also in the future. I mean, they're not mutually exclusive. You could, but you know what I mean. I think you know what I mean. There are actually people here live, and then there are people who are not here live who are watching now, and they're alive, but they're not live with us. I need to figure out a way to say all that in way less words. We're doing Twoset. The coolest instrument in the world is ... obviously the fucking guitar. The piano is I'm telling you my opinion before this even starts. Guitar is number 1 because it's super dope, plays lots of different things. You can play a bunch of different styles and you can carry it on your back. The piano is second, but that's only because you can't carry around a piano like you can carry around a guitar. I mean, yes, there's some portable pianos and whatever, but that's, you know, and then there's other instruments that are cool or dope or whatever. I'm assuming this video is going to shit on all of my ideas and that they're going to come up with something different. And I wonder where their violin's going to rank. I know that's what they're wondering, but let's get into the video, which Kaja, which for my non-Korean speakers means let's go. Kaja, bitches.
Back! Welcome to another episode of Twoset Violin. And today we're going to be reviewing a sacrilege. I mean, actually, no, I don't know.
Interesting, lamentable. And today's topic is the top 10
We got Spring Sonata on his shirt.
coolest musical instruments.
Ooh la la!
If you're a musician, time to find out where you stand on the cool hierarchy.
You almost don't want to be on this one because you know it's going to be the opposite.
Oh, he's like me. He knows that BuzzFeed is going to be... I assume this is a BuzzFeed article. No, it's Mojo. But I assume they're going to fuck with our expectations. Camera staring.
That's
not
true.
going to be legit.
That's true.
Do I need an intro?
Yeah.
There's a whole world of colorful creative music out there, and these are the tools of the trade.
I feel like they always have this.
That is Cliff from Metallica, who was an amazing bass player who died in an accident. I think actually got decapitated. I think they were in a bus. I think Cliff Burton from Metallica in the 80s. I used to watch that. I have an older brother, and he had the Metallica tour thing. Anyways, no, but if you haven't seen Cliff Burton, you should definitely check him out because he was fucking awesome.
This weird, overhyped vocal when they're talking.
Can we try talking like that?
Yeah, wow, ooh, wow. The top 10 cool instruments.
For this list, we're ranking musical instruments which either possess a notion of coolness or are the chosen instrument for a particularly cool musician.
What the hell is that? A notion of coolness and a
He's right, a notion of coolness. No, I will take 1 dollop of coolness, sir. Please. Just, no. I don't need a bag. Put it straight on the instrument.
People chosen particularly for something cool musicians.
That sentence was like an essay right there.
Dude, that did not. What are you talking about?
Dude, can WatchMojo write essays for me?
Yeah, like it's so.
This is perfect universal.
Yeah. Oh.
Essay hit the word count.
Yeah.
We're not even to the instruments. I have to talk about that hit the word count routing because I was talking to someone about this the other day. Is that you would write an essay and then you do the word count and you'd be like, I'm 300 words short. And you would go back to every sentence you had and then you would like add as many words as you could to every sentence, you know? So like if this video, or on this video, right, if I was like, we're doing the coolest musician, what the fuck is the name of the video? We're doing the coolest instruments in the world with Twoset reaction. Well, then you can just go back to that same sentence and add it up. You can add words to it. Hey, are you ready for what we're doing here? Because what we're doing is a Twoset reaction. We're doing a Twoset reaction to the coolest instrument in the world is. You know, and I know what the coolest instrument in the world is, what it could be. What does it say in the video? What's the actual answer to what the coolest instrument in the world is? Nobody knows. We don't know yet, but we're going to find out. I just added like 75 words to my original sentence.
Writing.
Number 10, Didgeridoo.
Oh, we already played some Didgeridoo. Oh, sorry, YouTubers. This is before this video. I played the Didgeridoo. You're fucking lost. That's why you should come to Twitch.
Okay, interesting. Cool to see the Didgeridoo getting represented, but why?
It doesn't take long to pick out the sound of a didgeridoo from a musical crowd, thanks to its loud, droning sound and uniquely elongated shape.
I thought didgeridoo was only allowed to be played by the indigenous people in Australia.
That's false.
Like, it's actually
That's false, sir.
sacrilegious to the culture to be played by non-Aboriginals.
Yeah. To my knowledge.
That would be the same as saying violins are not allowed to be played by non-Italians.
And also to
And you guys are violinists. And I'm guessing, stereotyping, that you're not Italian.
my knowledge, it's only men that can play, right?
I think so. Oh, Aboriginal communities feel allowing non-Indigenous people to play the instrument is cultural theft.
Hashtag
go
cultural appropriation.
But as Australian musicians, what we've always seen and been surrounded by was that you don't go and play the didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Like when we see a didgeridoo player, we don't go, "Hey, can I play your instrument?" Not like we see a viola or cello, because we've been taught to that they have their kind of sacred culture.
I've never heard that in my life. I think the didgeridoo is played by hippie people who like to go to festivals and drink too much and smoke too many vitamins, and they play it all the time, and there's not an Australian in sight because we have completely stolen their cultural heritage. And we're not giving it back.
Behind it,
Yeah.
and that females are not necessarily meant to be playing it, and definitely
Again, like
this
this
picture
is-
does not look
yeah.
very. It looks a little bit sacrilegious to me.
This wind instrument was first introduced by Aboriginal Australians as a tool closely tied in with their tribal culture, with the didgeridoo continuing to be closely associated with the country's musical heritage.
Oh, what I will say is if you circular breathe on a didgeridoo, which hey, I've learned to do, it gets you high as hell. Circular breathing is where you take a pocket of air in your mouthal region, and you constrict the muscles in your mouthal region to force the air out as you inhale through your nose, thus replenishing the air supply. And you're constantly in this state of suffocation / hyperventilation. And it's not only does it sound badass, it feels badass.
To this very day.
Every instrument is tied to some sort of culture.
Yeah, like the violin has its
Italian, European culture,
Exactly.
the guzhens from the Chinese culture. Oh my god.
Oh, the Gucci.
Some musicians such as Kate Bush and pop group Jamiroquai have even utilized the didgeridoo
Jamiroquai is my favorite group of all time. You didn't ask, but I'm telling you, it's my favorite of all time.
in a modern
No, Renata, in the chat, sorry. Right now, Renata's like, no, they said Australian, not Italian. No, on the violin, they said Italian. Got my fucking eye on you.
rock format, thus proving its versatility across culture and genre.
What?
Every instrument has had some form of like cross-genre bending.
Exactly. It's the worst reasoning. Dumb mojo.
Number 9, harmonica. The
No. I've never heard one single person be like, playing the harmonica is awesome. There's one harmonica player who is the dope fucking harmonica player, and that is John Popper from Blues Traveler. That's it. Everyone else is like, a harmonica? Really? Like, really? John Popper breaks out a harmonica, and you're like, okay, we're all about to die. He's going to send like 1,000 amazing musical notes our way. But anyone else who picks up a harmonica, you're like, oh. Usually when someone picks up a guitar, you're like, oh, please just don't play. Just don't play guitar. But I'm now immediately going, no, harmonica's worse. If someone's like, hey guys, I brought my harmonica, you're like, you're wondering how mean you can be to that person when they say that. And then you have to be like somewhat socially aware, and you can't say, I kind of, I don't want you to die in a fiery car crash. But if it had happened on the way here, then you would not be taking out a fucking harmonica.
Next instrument on our list has long been the chosen sidearm accompaniment of bluesmen and folk heroes alike. Although this reed instrument, also known as a French harp or mouth organ, never really sees use as a song leader, its ability to drive home a memorable melody has proven useful for artists as varied as Bob Dylan.
Its ability to drive home a memorable
that was the
melody.
longest sentence.
It is the longest sentence. And no, I've never, even from John Popper, I have never heard a harmonica drive home a memorable melody. In fact, right now, I cannot think of one melody driven by a harmonica. No. Popper takes harmonica solos.
It was the most full of sentence I've heard in my life. Like, any instrument can drive a melody home. Like,
If you throw in enough like long words into a long sentence, hopefully you sound intelligent without people picking up on the fact that you're not saying anything.
It's portable, easy to learn, and the perfect instrument to pull out when you just want to lay down a
No, it's not. It is the worst instrument you could ever pull out to lay down a jam because there's no one I've ever hung out with, and I have done sober jams, drunk jams, late night jams, daytime jams, in the studio jams, jams with all types of people, all walks of life, all types of skill set. And there's never been one time where any of us were like, I fucking wish someone would just pull out a harmonica. This is not sarcasm. This is fucking honesty. It's never happened.
jam.
You know what else is portable, easy to learn, and perfect to pull out when you want to lay down a jam?
The fucking triangle.
Gang.
Number 8, cello.
Okay, that's a Bach prelude. That's probably the most easily recognizable cello song of all time. It's a Bach prelude. I don't know what key it's on the G. I'm on the cello. I think it's in the key of G. On guitar, I play it in the key of D. So I have I drop down my E to a D. So I have like a low D string. I play it in the key of D. I think it's originally in G.
Cello gang, you're number 8.
There's 7 others that are cooler than you.
Ooh.
Don't spout such nonsense to Finland's
Apocalyptica is fucking dope. I never did a reaction to them because I watched them before I did reaction videos. Apocalyptica is pretty fucking epic.
who have made a career out of electrifying audiences with their heavy metal cello antics.
You know what else is cool though? Dvorak's Cello Concerto.
Yeah, that's right.
Longest
Shout out Dvorak.
Cello Concerto.
Oh my god, even Haydn's Cello Concerto.
Oh, that's so cool.
Number 7, violin.
That's Charlie Daniels. What's up?
Violin's pretty cool, but number 7. Lamentable.
So lamentable.
Sure, some might not think there's much coolness to be found within the humble violin,
You say, mate?
but one need only point out the infamous reputation of the classical outlaw Niccolo Paganini to uncover the true sinister origins behind this small stringed wonder.
Violin's it's a sinister instrument.
Oh, Violin's so sinister. Oh la la. Oh, you got me. Oh my god, that explains it.
If you're not a fan of the traditional sound of
By that alone, Violin does not deserve to be in a top 10 list.
I've been a bit iffy about some of the choices of like clips to represent, but I was like, look, I'm not an expert in all genres. I don't understand jazz. I don't understand cello apocalyptica. So
Well, dude, I understand jazz and cello apocalyptica. I don't know why I said that, other than just to rebut what you said. Go ahead.
Not gonna say anything. But this credibility negative 1,000.
If you're a Twoset, you know what this is about. Like,
Yes, that performance was not cool. You show the
Oh, that was bad. I've seen that one. That Da, 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 da. Oh, it's a One Republic cover on violin. I remember seeing that, and she was not, as my Chinese friends would say, no bueno.
Okay.
out of tune. You played the wrong key just then.
Number 6.
Alright, this list is dead. Done.
We head next to the
Well, if the list was the coolest instruments in a band, and it was singer, rhythm guitar, lead guitar, drums, bass, and dude who brings you the cooler of beer on stage since you get free drinks. Yeah, I can see number 6.
mighty rhythm section, where this lord of the low end holds down a steady beat to anchor any song.
Look, every instrument is unique and has their own place. But typically in a band situation in high school, right, the bass guitar is always like joked as the least popular one out
Exactly.
of the group.
It's a bit like the viola.
It's not joked. It's not a fucking joke.
Like the whole stereotype is the lead singer gets all the like popularity, and then the main guitar person, then the drummer, and the bass guitar's gonna just like
Yes, that's true. That is the hierarchy.
The bass.
Yeah.
Number 5, saxophone.
Oh. Okay. This is the first actual real, like I have a real feeling about this. Because I do know some awesome saxophone players. And they're rare. It's not that they're rare in general, but like in the spaces where guitarists and bassists hang out, it's really not typical that if you're in a group of 30 people, that you have like a really great saxophonist present. But recently, in the last 2 or 3 years, we've had this awesome dude, what's his name? Jacob Salveggi? I don't know if he has a YouTube channel, but I've seen him play a lot here in town, and he's fucking killer. And what I will say is a dude who's that good on saxophone. It's pretty extraordinary when you watch a dude like that just like jump up like on a jam and just tear the saxophone in half. So I guess our assumption is people that don't suck at these instruments. Because if you suck at saxophone, it's one of the worst instruments in the world. But if you're dope, all right. I mean, I don't know numbers 4, 3, 2, and 1. I assume they're all guitar. Oh, I bet they're going to put voice in there. Probably numbers 4, 3, and 2 are guitar, and number 1 is voice.
PG channel.
Skipping.
Elsewhere, the saxophone is put to good use in both R&B and rock, not to mention the classic big band sound of its...
Oh, also, hollow notes. Can't go for that. Dope saxophone solo.
deeper toned cousin, the baritone sax.
And the bass sax for the Grinch. The Grinch. I don't remember the melody, or I would try to sing it. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. And there's like a fucking bass sax there.
I think when I was in primary school, I wanted to learn the saxophone because I thought it was really cool.
Lisa from Simpsons nailed it.
Yeah, Lisa from Simpsons got it.
Number 4, synthesizer.
Hashtag never. Synthesizer is one of the weirdest instruments in the sense that what the synthesizer makes, you could, now that I see it on the list, I'm like, that shit actually could be number 1 as far as how many people lose their mind when they hear it. But there's almost no one that watches you play it that goes, that's the fucking coolest stuff. That's the fucking... I can't even put my words together. I cannot structure sound after watching the amazingness of you perform on a synthesizer. No, watching someone play synthesizer is really terribly boring. But the sounds they make, maybe there's never been another instrument where the difference between the sounds and the coolness sounds amazing. Does not look cool.
I'm pretty sure I can name a lot of other cool instruments off the top of my head.
To me, synthesizer is like
GarageBand.
Number 3, piano.
Yeah, because piano, to me, piano does what a guitar does, but it does it differently. Piano has the widest range of sound. The biggest range between bass notes and high notes and the amount of notes you can play together simultaneously. The complexity of the instrument and the different amount of styles it can do. Like I said, if you could carry a piano and play it with 2 hands, like you do a guitar, maybe number 1. But most of your traveling pianos, you're going to play with 1 hand because it just doesn't orient itself for 2-handed playing. But I guess we're not talking about traveling. No, we are, but we're talking about the coolest instrument. 3's good. So numbers 2 and 1 have to be guitar and voice. What else could it be?
Piano.
Blue jean baby.
piano's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
give
say
you that.
piano's up there.
Pretty
I always
cool
feel
too.
like they're always combining instruments together.
What do you mean?
They're never showing just one instrument playing by itself.
That's true. It's like,
Like singing now. There's more singing in this.
One thing I think you'll find with people like me and other trained musicians is the more you study, the more you just give respect to the piano, because you're like, the diversity of what they do, the difficulty of what they do, and they're just asked to do everything. Here, play a polka from 30 years ago. Okay, now play, take this string quartet arrangement from fucking Beethoven from, 200 years ago. Play that. Okay, now play an actual piano concerto by, I don't know, Rachmaninoff. Okay, now play a romantic Chopin piece. And you're like, these are all radically different pieces. And you're just like, well, you're a pianist, you can play it, right?
Then the piano.
Yeah, but he's showing Elton John.
Yeah, not the piano. The piano has a lot more to show.
Actually, yeah, if you listen to the piano part right now, it's very not cool.
Blue jean baby, LA lady.
Dumb Mojo.
Number 2, drum.
No, my God. Okay, I think the real question is who's looking. To us as musicians who play with drummers who are awesome are some of the coolest. It's the coolest fucking thing ever. I do not think that an audience feels that way at all about drums. Never.
Everybody loves the drums, even your neighbors.
Funny joke, mate.
Just something primal and propulsive about this ultimate rhythmic instrument which makes it an icon of cool.
Oh man, if anything,
No.
this video makes me feel like all the cooler instruments are not cool.
Yeah.
Like they're no longer cool.
know, they're not.
Like, I used to think drum kit was cool, but now
Now
I'm
I'm dude.
it seems.
Well, so the two instruments that I was mentioning before, the guitar and the voice is an instrument. Well, there's no way they can both be on there, and I'm assuming that Mojo's not going to go with voice, and they're just not going to act like the voice is an instrument, but it is an instrument because you do scales and runs and rhythms and training and all that. It's the original instrument is the voice, which means the guitar is going to be number one.
Kind of lame.
Yeah.
How can the guitar not be one?
Electric.
Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please accent the like button, click on the subscribe button, and remember, go practice.
Yes, guitar is number fucking one. I don't wish. It would be nice if I had a modest gear. Where I could be like, well, I appreciate the guitar being number one, but I don't have a gear like that. I don't. So what I'm actually feeling is, suck it, bitches. Guitar's number one. It's been number one. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Maybe you thought something different, but that's only because you didn't pick the guitar. How the fuck would the guitar not be number one? Like, are you in some Rick Morty parallel fucking universe where there's 100 other instruments that no one's ever heard of that are super crazy dope? Well, in that case, maybe the guitar is not number one. But in this world, at this time, in the year 2020, and all the way back to fucking probably 1930, guitar's number one, dude. Like, what the I should rename this video most obvious. Maybe I will on YouTube. I will name it the most obvious instrumental coolest fucking list, cooling fucking cool all the time fucking coolest instruments ever. But no one cares because the guitar is number one. Pat me on the back. I'll do it for you. Number one, bitches. Number one. I'm so fucking happy. Even though most of that list was bullshit, I will always take number one. And it said electric guitar. What it didn't tell you is that electric guitar, acoustic guitar, classical guitar, fingerstyle guitar, those are all 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. It was really 5 different guitars all beat the shit out of the other top 10. Is it really a top 10? Is it really even a competition? Is it really a list? It's not. It's it's death row. It's waiting to be executed. Every instrument just had its moment on the list before guitar came in and dream crushed them. Let me say that again, clearer. Dream crushed them. What does that mean? You take dreams and you crush them. And that's what the guitar does. We crush your dreams. People, maybe, I don't know what age you are when you're watching this. Maybe you're 65, you're retired. Hey, living your good life. You're gonna go out on a boat, spend some time with your grandkids or something. But if you're in high school or middle school or college, you know the reality of the guitar. You know what this actually means. So someone walks in and is like, dude, you won't believe it. What happened, dude? I just got into Harvard Law School. And people are like, what? You got into Harvard? And then some dude in the corner, maybe me, pulls out a guitar and people are like, hey, guitar, there's a guitar over there. And then as long as it doesn't suck, everyone forgets you got into Harvard. They forgot what all your big dreams and ambitions are. They're like, hey, that guy's playing like a cool song and he's singing over there. It's kind of nice. And then all your Harvard, Yale, Stanford shit just dissolves. It's just gone. Because there is none instrument cooler. None. How many? None. There are none instruments cooler than the guitar. Now, I could never get away with just saying that to you, but since it's in the context of a reaction video, I'm reacting, and they say the guitar's number one, and my reaction is, fucking geniuses. Mojo, I take back everything I ever said negative about you. Turns out, smart? Maybe the smartest people to ever make articles. Mojo. Probably. After this, I don't think there's anywhere to go from here. It's only downhill from here. Except for if you want to play guitar. If you want to play guitar, it's uphill. It's always uphill if you're playing guitar. But outside of that, like this video, we're not playing guitar, we're talking. So maybe just downhill from here. If you want to change your life, play guitar. You might also end up poor and unable to have food. Hungry on the streets, begging to survive. Could happen. But could make you the fucking coolest person. That's just my opinion. I'm Ellis, and I fucking, what's the phrase they say? I should have known that before I said it. What's something political ads? Like, I advocate? No, I can't, it's when the person says they support the fucking I don't know. Because I'm not a political commentator. I'm a fucking guitarist, and that's the coolest shit ever. You heard it here, not first or second or third. I'm probably the 10,000th person to tell you, and that means that there's 10,000 people that are fucking right. I am fucking out, YouTube.